Well, good afternoon to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all. Sunday afternoon. Made it back to Sunday. This weekend's almost done. Got tomorrow off. Picked up an extra day Tuesday, but that's okay too. But it's going to be a day shift, so the Tuesday morning shave would be one of those early morning dragging into work shaves. We can handle that. No problems at all. So yesterday, I was going to do a shave, and I got a call that asked me to come to work right now. So I didn't shave, which is very unusual. I can only remember a couple of times in the recent past, and one of those times is when I did my shave at work. But last night I couldn't do that. There wasn't any time, yada, 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 so whatever. So today we got a couple of days worth of growth there working on. It's going to be fun to shave. So speaking of fun to shave, so I got this G4 in the other day, also known as the 66, and I'm not sure why. I don't know, but anyway, I've heard it called that. So anyway, G4, and I put a new blade in it, and it didn't have a blade in it when I got it. So that can make it, after they sit for a while with no blades, it can be a little wonky getting a blade in. But anyway, we got a blade in, and I don't think I damaged the edge. So it's going to be our first shave with this new to us G4 here to see how it does. And if it does really good, that's going to end up being a PIF razor probably, because I already have a G4 that's in that good a shape. So anyway, Cafe Bustelo today. In truth and advertising, it's not exactly black. I put a little sweetener in it today, just because. So, Club and Musk, just, good stuff. We're going to use Club and Musk. So I was watching a video the other day. The whole point of this video is because I was watching the video, and yes, we can dismiss the alarm. I'm already awake. A fellow was using Colgate mug soap, and he was having some issues with the lather. And personally, I think the issues with lather were there was too much water being used. Well, of course, the first thing that comes up in the comment section down below is, hey, soak it in water. That's called blooming, folks, and there's no need to bloom soaps. It's really not. We've had this discussion, and there's really no need in it. Anyway, so what I thought we would do today is we're going to show that there's no need to bloom a soap, vintage soap, to get a good lather out of it. So anyway, back to what we were talking about. So here's my deal. The other day, in a lot of some stuff, I got some vintage, another cake of vintage Williams, and 2 cakes of a vintage Colgate cup soap. They look like this, and they've apparently been sitting out for a while, and they're dry. These things haven't been used, and they've been sitting out, and it's, I think, about as dry as you're going to get a soap. I will get back with you after I shave. And so we're going to use that today. Now, he was using Colgate mug soap, which is the newer version. I mean, none of it's really new. I don't know when they stopped making it, but it's been more than a couple of minutes ago. But this is the cup soap. They had the barbershop, they had the cup soap, they had the mug soap, and then I'm sure there's some other stuff thrown in there that I'm not seeing or knowing about or whatever. But those are the 3 I have. And I've seen advertisements for the barbershop soap all the way back to 1917. Colgate was around for a while. There's a reason for that. I mean, it's a good soap. It's nothing fancy. It's just a good soap. So I dug around and just found this container to put it in for this here demonstration. And that's what we're going to use. For our brush, we're going to use something that approximates what the other user was using. He had an Omega bore, a Perazzo, bore, which is pretty much just a rebranded, I think it is just a rebranded Omega. So we're going to use our Omega bore. It's been soaking a few minutes in a sink of hot water, hot tap water, warm water, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's not boiling or anything like that, but you cold water folks are just, more power to you. More power to you, but you're missing out on good stuff. That's all I got to say about that. So anyway, let's see what happens. Now, we're starting out with a dry put. We're not doing any blooming. There is no voodoo. There is no hoodoo. We're not pulling rabbits out of a hat. So what we are going to do, we're going to keep a damp brush. Now, I've shaken most of the water out of this, and we're just going to keep a damp brush. and we're going to start working it on the old soap puck. Now I already have some cup soap that's in a bowl over here, but it had been used, and I didn't want anyone hollering, well, you know, you've used it, so it's actually been rehydrated, so that's different from what you didn't want to do that. So anyway, what we'll do with this puck is we'll use this cake here, and then we'll dry it off, and we'll stick it in with the other 6 or 7 cakes of Colgate soap that I have in a Ziploc bag. I tend to hoard things. So what we're doing is, while we're talking here, and phone call from Agent 007. My cub's calling, but he's gonna have to wait till I finish shaving. He'll figure it out. So as you see, getting plenty of lather going here. There's really no need to bloom soaps. I don't understand the whole blooming thing. I really don't. Now, if you like to bloom soaps, by all means bloom soaps. But don't say you have to bloom soaps. Say you want to bloom soaps. You enjoy it. It's part of your routine. I do stuff all the time as part of my routine. So I don't know how long this soap has been sitting out. But a while. And it's obviously all nice and dry and everything. So now we're going to just go on up here to the face. Look at that. Already starting out to be some really, really, really pretty lather. And another thing is, you don't have to beat your brush to death and beat your soap to death and beat your face to death to get a lather. Yeah, you really, really, really don't. And this is a little bit too dry, so we're going to add a little water by dipping the tips of our brush in the sink. And look at that, look at that. Nice, smooth lather. Now this old Colgate soap, if it ever had any kind of smell to it, it ain't there anymore. It's just a soap smell, and not really much of that. It's a very light scent. But look at what we got there. Isn't that nice? And we still got plenty of lather in the old Omega bore there. And this handle is, of course, the what did he call this? The B400 by Tom. Don't have my reading glasses on with my contacts in, so. All right. I think we'll add maybe just a little more water to it, just cause we can. And some of y'all like to see that shiny, whipped up lather like that. Now we're not icing cakes. You don't need buttercream. You're looking for a slick layer for a razor to shave. I know some people like to have it all in piles of lather, and okay, well, hey, if that's what you like. I don't say there's anything wrong with it. Yeah, well, actually, I usually do say there's something wrong with it. You don't need buttercream, you're not doing cakes. You don't need the bloom soaps, they're not flowers. You don't have to add water, they don't grow. People. So, G4. Now, everybody knows me, knows I'm a fan of Schick razors. Love the things. And the G series are really nice. We're going to protect that the sideburn there this time, because I messed up the other day and didn't do that. And I will tell you from the start, this is a smooth shaving razor. Oh yeah, nothing wrong with this G. I don't know about you, and we discussed this before, but there was someone the other day was talking about they have problems because their hair grows weird on the bottom of their neck and stuff like that. Personally, I don't have that problem. I don't have any really weird swirls or anything. But one thing that I always recommend for stuff like that is I use shorter strokes with a razor. And you can go shorter strokes, and once you know which way everything is growing, you can go with the grain and do everything. I don't do against the grain, because I don't really care for BBS, kind of a myth, I like to say. And of course that gets people up in arms. It's okay to be up in arms, doesn't bother me any. But I can take the trouble and all the time going against the grain and doing everything and end up with a BBS shave, and 3 hours later, 4 hours later, it's back feeling like sandpaper. I have far from a light beard, and So there's really no need. I shoot for what we call a damn fine shave every time, and I get it generally. And that does really well. And I shave every day for work, with the rare exception like yesterday when I called in, I didn't have time. But I've got to look good and shaved in uniform. So a damn fine shave every day is just wonderful. Alright, so here we go with our second pass. Now we didn't add any more soap to the brush, and there is plenty. I mean plenty of soap left in the brush. You know, we could probably shave an elephant, what's left here. Oh, that's an exaggeration. It's just an exaggeration. It's a figure of speech. You don't have to holler about how big an elephant is and wonder why you would shave an elephant anyway. There's no need in any of that. It's a figure of speech. Alright. And I don't need PETA coming along and get mad at me for shaving elephants. But anyway, we're going to do a little across the grain thing here, because we do like our across the grain even if we don't do against the grain. And this Colgate soap, if you have a chance, get some of this vintage Colgate soap, whether it's the barbershop, the cup soap, the bug soap, whatever. Get some. You won't be disappointed. It is a very, very slick, nice vintage soap to shave with. It does a really good job. And as you see here, there's no big secrets to using it and making it lather. There's no hoodoo, there's no voodoo that you have to do to get it to work. Start with a damp brush, work you up a good paste, and you know, slap it on your face. Get a paste, go to the face. You know, bowls are great. Cereal and oatmeal and soups. Yeah. Alright, but it is just that easy to get a shave out of some vintage Colgate. Make sure everything's good and trimmed up around the old goatee there. Schick razors are really good for that too. Really, they're good for whatever. I tell you what, it's simple, it's easy to use. You get exceptionally good shaves every time. I do anyway. And there's a lot of different models to play with, and that's the fun thing too. I mean, I could pick one razor and a blade and one soap and a brush and an aftershave, and you know, I could be shaved for work. I could go to work every day, shaved, look good, and all of it. Fun in that. I like variety. Go and use different razors and different soaps and everything, just to do it. Not always because one thing's any better than the other. All right. Yeah, look at there. How's that for a nice shave? Ooh, boy. That's nice. So we're going to dry this off. One of our new blue towels. And here we go with some witch hazel. Another thing, if you're having problems with, you know, getting those weird areas of your neck and everything, I think using witch hazel helps. And the reason I think it helps is when you're putting it on, one, it's going to help if you have razor burn. I think it helps. Another thing is, for some reason, it gets on and I think you can feel better where you need to, you know, work on your touch-up. I think it helps the little stubbly stuff stand up better for you to go back over it. Now, that's a personal feeling. I have done no scientific studies on this. And furthermore, I will not be doing any scientific studies on this. Fuzzy thoughts are fuzzy thoughts. This is how I think about it over the years of wet shaving. Alright. Looky there. Boy, that's nice. That is nice. So that's how we do it today. Our Sunday afternoon before work shave. I've got to go in an hour early today to help cover some stuff. So, you know, it's an hour earlier than it normally is when I'm doing a shave. It's really not, but anyway, it's 3:10, 3:15, something like that, 15 in the afternoon, whatever. But that's the shave we've got today. So there we go. So remember, you know, you don't need to bloom soaps. It kills me the first words out of it. Oh, you need to soak that. You need to, yeah, that'll give you a good. Put a lot of water in there and start stirring it up and whatever. And then the guy said, oh, that works for Williams too. And it's like, ugh. No, it doesn't. There's no need in it. Don't do it. Don't do no blooming. Talking to you. Don't do no blooming. There's no need to blooming. Alrighty, well, I got a call coming in again. Some people are pretty persistent. That's Agent 00 Devin. He is definitely persistent. So anyway, we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great day. I'm going to finish getting ready for work. Slap me on some Clubman Musk here and start getting dressed and ease out and grab me something to eat. Finish up my coffee. Y'all have a great day. And, you know, happy shades to you.